Alright, last time on fucking Dungeons and Dragons.
The thing.
The thing.
Hail, travelers! Hi! Hail and well met travelers! Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. I was gonna say it.
Okay.
I mean, you
this is
almost
the order
You're
of
gonna miss it,
operations.
one of us is just gonna say it for you and break the pact.
The second that you say that, I will murder you. You will die.
I'm not even sure we should say it like when we're DMing. Like, no, we can't. We can't.
No, I
You can't even
I'm
say
gonna
it out in your casual life.
I've already tread those waters once before.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say a different thing to start the thing.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't know what yet, but it's a different thing.
I already think I might have a
That's
thing
the
for my
thing.
one shot. But anyway,
Anyway, that's cute. Hail and well met travelers. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
Last time on D&D, you all met Agora.
that's it.
No. You traveled to the new city. Reverend's got sick in her bag and lost some books and things.
Rest in peace.
I don't want to talk about it.
And you very quickly traveled through the city to a small abandoned house filled with dust that Rizlan led you through for about 15 minutes.
And we all
On a
just
very-
got the sensation of like, Ruslan, are you okay, dude?
Very convoluted path through this very small house until eventually leading you to a closet that led to an underground tunnel, and
We had to transform Lilith into an owl, and it was
Yep.
precious.
Lilith became full owl, not half owl.
She's very sad about it.
Did not understand this new body. And
She's so good.
you entered the Horned Hail in Sekko, also known as the Dragon's Eyes Hall.
Oh, nice. Oh, shit. I see. Okay.
Yep.
Dragon Eyes Hall, and then I say, I see. Anyway.
And, you then met Agora of the White Sand, the Ace of Diamonds. It's a fucking mouthful.
You did that to yourself.
I sure fucking did, man. And, yeah, you all spoke with him. Mostly Merritt spoke with him on why you're here. You know, help me. My dad's gone. Please.
I don't think Merritt has, to this point, specifically mentioned to anyone except maybe Margrave that specifically Alaron is his dad.
Yeah.
He's just said family connection, and that's it.
Family member. Family something.
Oof. That's fine. That's on
Do we even
purpose.
hear party though?
No! Kaylin heard it once, but she's gone.
Yeah, Kaylin's gone.
Anyway, so yeah, Dad Quest, except it's Fam Quest.
It's Fam Quest. And, yeah, you all retired for the night, and, in the branch's quarters, whatever you would like to call that, and it's the next day. And also, you saw Rizlan's face
Yeah.
for the first time.
Well, face, quotation marks.
You saw his face.
Unfortunately, as far as y'all know, that's just his face, and I don't like that.
It's his real face.
It's not.
I did
Don't
point
lie.
this out last session, but Merritt at least sort of was like, those aren't quite his eyes, are they? Huh. I see.
Merritt is the only one who knows something is maybe not up.
Yeah.
Beyond, reverence.
Well, yeah, who smooched the face.
Yes.
I'm not letting it go on your behalf. Anyway.
So I kiss that man.
I know this face quite well.
The only other sidebar I have to say is when I rewatched back the episode, episode? Okay, sure. I did stop at that point, and there was like, we laughed for a little bit, and then there was a brief amount of silence when we first saw Rizlan, and then Sarn just goes, "Hello, Rizlan," and then we all lost it again. That's my favorite thing. Just...
Hello, Rizlan.
Well, you were like, "Get out of here, Rizlan," and then you went, "Hello, Rizlan," and you placed his face, and then we, screamed about it,
Yeah.
and then in the silence after that,
I
oh, hello, Rizlan.
love him with all my heart.
In any case, so yeah, what was it we ended on? I think,
You all went to sleep.
well, yeah. I think Reverence. I think Team Virtue was a little put out by being way underground, and Reverence just sort of like slept on the floor by merit or something. Am I remembering that right? It's been 2 weeks.
I think so.
I mean, she's not doing great, so yeah.
I meant to check on that and then I didn't. So, but yeah,
I don't fucking
Maybe.
remember.
I'm pretty sure Reverence joined Merritt in his quarters
yeah.
because
Just like-
Rizlan never came back to sleep.
Yeah, he was still talking with Agora at the time.
I don't know what Penn, Nor, and Noah did.
I think they just found
Penn
quarters.
fell
Found the
asleep.
room and
The end.
fell asleep.
Yeah, just fucking sleep like normal people.
Penn's been in caves.
Yeah.
Noah has also been in a cave. so-
Well,
Noah was raised in a cave.
yeah.
Jordan on a mountain.
Graves.
Not exactly the same, but yeah.
Trucking and fucking is all I crave.
Oh no.
You know it to be true.
God, that
Yeah.
sure is just Noah, huh?
There is.
I was so upset you didn't tag it with him. You
Listen.
blocked it.
It's just very good standalone.
I mean, yeah, of course, but like, God, it's Noah.
It is Noah. It's just Noah.
Just Noah. Really is.
God.
Oh, my disaster boy.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
so
better than awful.
the next morning, no, you sleep through the night, fine. You wake up the next morning, kind of clamber all out of your own individual rooms.
I asked specifically about the thing because, Reverence and Merit though, because like as they like adjust their but I was about to say costumes. That's not it. Clothes and wake up for the day, whatever the hell. Merit sort of stuff in because so Reverence. There's a couple reasons for me to ask this, but I just was wondering.
She's squinting at you.
You don't have to tell me any further, but was that actually Rizlan's face, or is it another mask?
That's not what he looks like. As far as everyone else is concerned, I suppose that's what he looks like, but between you and me, no. No!
I sort of suspected as much. You looked a little concerned when you'd first seen him.
It was
Just-
mildly startling, and before I got my bearings, his real face is better.
Fair enough.
He doesn't think so, apparently, but
Beauty is something of a matter of opinion, but all the same, I'm usually pretty good at seeing through glamours and so on, so I prefer knowing whether or not that is the true appearance or not. But I trust him to know what he's doing. Alright. That's fine.
do
Thank you.
keep it on the down low.
Of
if you
course.
would.
wasn't intending on telling anyone else. I had my suspicions. We're fine.
Lovely.
Merritt, continues and goes out.
I mean, so just reverence to yes. Reverence set to yes.
Reverend sense reverence to yes.
Awake, confirmed.
Hmm.
Set the
Yeah.
reverence to active.
Yeah.
Hey, question. I imagine Noah didn't really sleep on a bed because he's just a little too big. But also, if he slept on the floor, I imagine he would have been called up to Owl Lilith.
Mm-hmm.
You're dead now, bud.
Yeah.
I think Lilith would have changed back before you fell asleep. It's only an
Yeah,
hour.
Lilith
Oh.
was
Yeah.
Lilith was back
People already
before
changed
you
back?
Yeah.
fell asleep.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, because
Okay.
polymorph only lasts, like, what, an hour?
1 hour, yeah.
Ah,
So,
okay.
like,
Yeah, last session I think we talked about it a little, but it's fine. We'll
Oh, I
refresh.
forgot about that.
It's
Yeah.
fine. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
No, we're
like
good.
an
Noah isn't squished.
Noah's
Yeah.
not squished. We talked about it briefly, and like, yeah, no, this bird's about to turn into big.
yeah, we just had to establish, especially since we were like, we can get Lilith out, right? Like, she's an owl right now, but she's usually not. Are we good, Orgor? Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, cool. See ya. Yeah, Lilith's good.
Okay.
You are crushed by her still. Like, it's not, you're not dead, but you're crushed.
As it happens, because
That's-
she does that.
Tends to be the norm anymore, so
Yeah.
That's just how you sleep, I think, is like difficult to breathe.
he gets there somehow. He's good.
Yeah, he's good.
It's sort of like when
Alright.
you pull a blanket all the way up to where your face isn't seen, but there's like enough to where air is let in. He's just like
Yeah.
just
You
buried
mean the
enough.
Exactly
perfect
like
configuration
that.
of blankets?
Yes.
Where only your nose comes out?
God. But yeah. So he's not dying.
He's got a straw.
He's got-
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you all wake up and I imagine converge in the sort of middle common room again. Again, like the hall is just like barren almost. Like there's no one around. There's one person in the hall when you come in and they don't even like acknowledge you entering.
Oh. I see.
They're just kind of eating quietly to themselves in the corner and like reading a book with the other hand.
It's just who is it that sits in the other hall?
Josephine?
Yeah, I was thinking that was her name, but I wasn't sure. It's just
Is it just
Josephine
Josephine again? Yeah.
It's just Josephine, but a recolor.
again. Josephine, but with a different hat on.
No, it's not. But it's essentially yes, but no.
Not the same character, but it fills the same space.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, this feels a little familiar. It's Josephine, but not.
And as you come in, there is a pot of like porridge cooking over the fire, or not cooking, I guess simmering, just keeping it warm. And like, there's food to eat there if you all want.
Munch.
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 And pours some porridge into Hector's face.
Oh. God.
Oh.
Roll a d20.
Do I have to do this every time I feed him? This is the worst.
Sometimes.
When you feed him like that, yes.
It's just the normal way.
Listen, this isn't necessarily for getting your arm beaten off.
Necessarily.
It's for aiming
Comforting.
the porridge.
It's a mini game.
I call him Horace.
No, you pour it in, and the Hector kind of like at first you're just kind of pouring it into the bag, and then Hector like kind of wakes up and is like, "Oh yeah, food," and starts munching.
Oh, God.
And it's really hot, so like he eats it all really quickly, and then he's just kind of panting.
Just a little tongue sticking out of this bag.
Yeah.
This fluffy bag. God.
I love him with all of my heart.
I pull my water skin out of Hector and then pour some water into his mouth.
Again, you kind of just pour it into the bag, and then Hector's like, "Oh, I guess this is for me," and then kind of very noisily slurps it out.
Oh,
Slurp,
Oh,
slurps. It's like a dog. Yeah, a lot of tongue noises.
no.
I love him.
I like just the image of like Penn crouched in the corner, noisily feeding their fucking bag.
Everybody's like, are you okay?
Except the actual party who's just like, yep, same shit as
This
always.
is normal, don't worry.
God.
Reverend
So, yeah.
fucking supervises, make sure Penn doesn't die. That bag could eat Penn.
They probably
Entirely.
won't die.
Slurp?
You give Hector
Slurp.
the water. They slurp. They're still panting a little. They lick your hand.
Oh.
Oh.
You can't tell if it's like a nice thank you or a tasting.
Penn takes it as a nice
A
thank
little
you.
bit of
Yeah.
both.
You take it as the nice one.
Oh, God.
So yeah,
We all semi
Is Rizwan there?
eat.
no,
Damn it. Okay.
He's dead, I guess.
he's just
It's-
dead.
He's probably dead.
It's like literally.
Agora killed him.
Well,
Oh no.
Well,
I mean, we wouldn't do anything about it.
no, I mean we can't. He's very big.
He's very big and in
probably too
charge.
powerful.
Reverend loves Rizlan, but is very scared of the big man. The big man, terrified,
Large man? No, thanks.
just scared shitless.
God.
All right, yeah.
Wait, yeah, do we like not see anyone else? We could see like a little bit to like Agora's like man spread.
His man spread room.
Yeah, I was going to say chair, but room.
His man spread room is
Man
every
spread
room
room.
that Agora's in.
I mean,
Well.
okay.
Just
you-
stop making horny noises.
I'm horny on Maine, I guess.
I know.
But like we could like see a little bit beyond into that room from.
Yeah, I mean,
the hall, yeah.
It's not a closing door. It's literally just like an archway, so you can see in. You can see Agora in there, and there's a few other people, but like they're all kind of around in the center of the room, and they're talking indistinctly, and it's difficult to make out who it is. Beyond Agora.
And it's maybe possibly common, or not common. There we go. That's what I was trying to
Yeah.
say. Okay, and no discernible Rizlans.
Not that you can tell from there.
Okay. Maybe
But
it's
like I
not
said,
looking as hard, but just you know,
It's mostly Agora's back from the doorway.
yeah. This is fine.
So yeah, you all finish eating. You know, kind of, I imagine, just quietly and like, how'd you fucking sleep? I slept on the floor. Yeah, me too, man. And yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to go into the other room? The man spread room, I guess.
I couldn't even call it the like symbol room because it has the fucking. Anyway,
I mean, it's the man spread room. Is
it
Yes.
is now.
It is.
I fucking guess!
Oh, it sure is.
I mean, but yeah, like after eating, Merritt at least doesn't like stand among those in the center, but sort of off to the side at first.
Mm.
Sort of takes in that yes, people. Oh shit!
Who are you? Hello.
Hi.
Who are you?
Oh,
Just enhance zoom.
I'll give you all a moment.
What is this Homestuck shit?
Bye,
I hate-
Ruslan. Hello, these two.
I gotta boop them. I must.
So yeah, you all enter into this room. Like I said, Agora is standing with her back to you, and they're all speaking. They are actually speaking in common this time. Rizlan is here, as you can see, and along with Sarah and two tieflings that you do not know yet. I will say Thorn is a child. Like they do not look between the older than 15.
Oh. A small.
Puppy.
Yeah, and Star does not have a tail.
I'm so.
Hooves.
Hooves? Both. Tell me. Give me the hoof information.
What's the hoof situation?
Star has hooves. Thorn does not.
But has a tail.
Yes.
But does have a tail. Yeah.
Alright. So yeah.
Hold on a second. Yeah, and Star is also wearing what seem to be like holy robes kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Thorn is only wearing pants and arm gauntlets.
Put a shirt on, young man.
No.
Gotta. I mean,
Your horns
it's-
aren't even in the way for shirts.
You don't know that.
I can see them.
I got eyes.
But yeah, what
keep
you can
zooming
see
out
on
and then
Thorn,
zooming back in. To look
Thorn
at-
is also just like littered with scars, and all of his scars have
Oh.
the same sort of glow to them.
Oh.
Poor little baby. Reverence is like inching closer, like.
My
Look
people,
at, hold on.
I'm coming.
Reverence is right here. I just want to say she's over there, but like, look at. I missed out. I could have made Reverence look so much cooler, and I didn't.
You didn't know the space in which you could play with how badass. She still looks good though. Come on.
Don't diss up. Every cleric looks cool. We all equal opportunity.
I wouldn't have said Samuel was cool, but he looked good. He was shaped like a friend. Anyway,
That's fair.
he was wearing a winter coat, but still.
He
Anyway,
was wearing a shield with a unicorn.
He's green.
that too.
Real cool.
Green hair.
He's pretty cool. He's cool enough, I guess.
No, actually, he's warm because he was wearing a winter coat. Anyway,
All right.
Okay.
please.
So yeah, you all enter this room, and Agora, of course, does not notice any of you, and Star and Thorn equally don't really turn to you, but Sarah and Rizlan both give you a glance.
Yeah, as Smart looked and he sort of just waved, but just still stepped aside, just letting this.
Rizlan motions for you to come over.
Oh.
Reverence backpedals
Oh.
and goes this way.
Where it sort of steps over here and then steps more over here.
Yeah, as you all come into
Oh,
view,
God.
the giant owl bear.
Nor
I
gets
s-
crushed.
I still forever love this look. Just he hides.
When you come up with the owl bear, Sarah does actually take a little half step away because you're right there with a giant animal,
Yeah.
and then they kind of look at Penn and lean down and whisper, that one wasn't with you in the games, right? That wasn't.
No.
Yeah, okay, good. I'm not crazy. That's okay.
I didn't just miss an owlbear, right? Okay, good.
Yeah, and As the rest of you come into view of Agora, Agora sort of looks up and acknowledges, like, "Oh shit, they're here now."
They wake.
And he sort of turns to all of you and says, "Took you long enough."
And she sort of just gives a bashful smile.
Did you sleep well?
More or less. At least I did.
No one nods.
Eh. Good enough. And he sort of gestures to Star and Thorn, who both step up, and
I'm
Star
staring at
gives
them and
you-
they moved.
Star gives you a sort of polite smile, and Thorn just looks at all of you with a deadpan face. And Agora says,
Matching piercings. Same nose. I want to be your best friend.
What is marriage? Chopped liver? Anyway.
"Mary, get the fuck out!"
I mean, look at her.
I mean, it's pretty good. Anyway,
Look
They
at her
step up.
horns.
they almost touch.
I
Anyway,
thought Reverence's horns were obnoxious.
Her horns are very large.
Reverence thought Reverence's horns were obnoxious. Reverence has stars in her eyes.
somewhere within the gold.
Reverence is ready to dump all of her friends and loved ones.
Pretty much.
Agora gestures to them and says, "These two will be accompanying you in search of your
New
missing
friends.
person. And Sarah here will be traveling in search of leads."
Excellent. Hello. And Merritt nods hello to them. And
Star gives you a smile and steps forward and holds out a hand. And, like,
Tombs.
to anyone who will take it.
I mean, Merritt's forward. I guess he
Yeah.
shakes Star's hand.
She shakes your hand. She has claws.
Okay. This is
And-
fine.
A firm grip. But not like an unfriendly, like, grip. Just like, "Hi, I'm excited to meet you."
Reverence
And,
wants to shape the claws. Double claw handshake, please.
Star smiles and says, "It's a pleasure to be working with you."
Reverence
My name-
is just like, oh, you're so pretty. She doesn't say that. But
My
I
name
just
is-
imagine she's pressed up against Merritt's back, just sort of looking.
she is. She's like against Merritt's side, like, holy shit. Look at those
My name is-
ears.
Please.
My
Sorry,
name is-
sorry.
I'll never get it out! You'll never know!
I'm sorry, I'm trying to apologize.
My name is Star. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well. I'm Merritt. And Merritt sort of steps aside a little bit because this is Reverence. Ever so excited to meet more tieflings. Sort of looking at her.
Merritt with her very sharp elbows
He just
that she
smiles.
suddenly has.
Star shakes your hand.
Reverence is just really happy. She's blue. Look at her.
You'll have to excuse my associate. Thorn is not very friendly, but he's fun company occasionally.
Well, I appreciate any help that I can have later on. And like Merritt still like actually waves to Thorn himself, but understands like not friendly, doesn't expect anything else.
Reverence wants to go ask about the glowing so bad.
I guess I should talk about his gauntlets a bit more. He's
Are they
wearing kind
crazy?
of like full arm gauntlets, I guess, and they end with very large metal claws.
So good.
And he's kind of just standing there with his arms crossed, looking like a fucking emo child.
I love.
This is my son, and I will do everything to protect him.
Yeah, and Agora, I guess Star actually nods to the rest of you who are kind of behind the others.
Yeah, just sort of hanging out.
And Agora steps forward again slightly. Hello. Welcome to Chili's.
I just love the siren's noise because like that can fit like both siren herself and then reverence.
You know it, bud.
In two different contexts. Anyway, he steps forward.
Yeah, he steps forward and sort of nods to Sarah, who gives him a look, and then just kind of sighs and goes, I'm going, goodbye, and just kind of pushes her way out.
Goodbye, good luck.
Thank you for your help.
Bye.
No problem, yep, thanks, don't die on the way out, see ya.
You too.
Pierce looks slightly concerned over to Gora's like she is aware that the time frame I gave is very loose, right? Last time I saw him was at least 10 years ago, but probably many more.
She's aware, but closer time frames work best.
Alright.
There's
Just,
only so much land to cover.
I don't know. I just... Raised by my mother, we kept track of seasons, but not years.
What an odd way to tell time.
Lived far out from civilization. It happens.
Interesting. Well, anyway.
I feel so bad for Sarah, but there she go.
She's gone!
It was nice to see her for those 3 seconds.
She was good for that 3 seconds. She had to question about the bear. Anyway,
One day
I like
we'll
that you're
actually
just
get to talk
pointing.
to her.
one day.
Maybe she'll come back.
Maybe. Hopefully, I haven't sent her on a death mission.
Oh no.
You'll find her bones later!
Oh,
Oh,
No, we'll see.
One day Reverence will resurrect her and we'll get to talk to her.
Let me level up a little bit first, and then yeah.
God. Anyway,
Cora turns to the rest of you and says, so what is your plan for continuing your search? Just traveling the continent?
Reverend stops looking at Star and looks at Mary.
Everyone looks at Merritt.
no, because honestly, we kinda went into this blind. All we knew that was there was another branch of the horned hail here. He looks over to Merritt.
Reverend points with both fingers. Ask this guy.
the lead I'd gotten within Minalta was that last Hilaron had been seen was 10 years ago there, and he had many an interest in Sekko. And that's about what I have. Anything else I've already told you. But, so, more or less, yes. At least looking through the cities. Any sign of a Brightwood.
Yes. Well, I'm... And he sort of, like, rubs his, like, bridge of his nose and closes his eyes for a moment, just like, God.
Welcome to dealing with Merritt. He just goes. Fucking 10 intelligence, no intelligence in the world.
I am glad you came to us first. Though this is our main base of operations of sorts. We have postings within every city. You just need to know how to look for them. And with our associates here, and he gestures to Star and Thorn, it will be easy.
Good. Again, I'm very thankful for the help at all.
With no problem.
Alright. God. Just this entire 10 minutes. Siren's just she, her. I guess so. Where it's like, well, that said, I suppose we could get started within the city, at least.
Yes. I would
Although-
be careful in your travels here. This is not Tanum at all. I don't
We've
know how
noticed.
much you know about our operations here, but we're not well loved by many.
Did wonder about that a bit. It's strange to be so concealed, especially in comparison to Tanum.
It is difficult. We are, to my understanding, the branch in Tanum is much more casual.
You casuals.
Filthy casuals.
You're all casual.
We're all filthy casuals.
What were you saying, Merritt?
Because as opposed to the formalities here.
This is a different land. There are certain rules put in place to protect others, and sometimes said rules must be broken.
We often hunted bounties and cleared debts. Or intimidated to get debts. I assume this might be more of an issue here?
Occasionally.
Hmm.
Well, our duties tend to stray beyond the barriers of this society.
That's so fucking ominous.
I know. Literally, it's a merit. Well, remember this.
It is usually illegal for citizens to travel into the desert.
Just entirely.
Yes, it is deadly.
I suppose I understand a bit of that reasoning, but their death would be their own should they wander out, no?
Like I said, things are different here.
Very well then. But I will be as careful as we can be. No immediate guarantees, however, because we're not exactly familiar with the language.
I have noticed. You will be fine. Like, you will not be hunted, per se, for what you are or who you travel with. It's more of sticking to yourself when the time is necessary.
Very well. At least we stick to each other. We've not lost a single soul yet, and I don't intend to start now. He sort of like looks across everyone, doing the same sort of similar head count he often does. Ducks in a row. But no, it's Try to stay out of trouble where we can.
Reverend snorts a very little bit. Just a small.
She does that, and then, like, Merritt adds, no promises, but we'll try. Immensely.
That is all I can ask. I do believe you'll be fine, and I don't think you'll get into any trouble that you cannot handle. It's just a matter of different manners in different spaces.
Merritt nods.
Understandable. It's a much different culture here than in Tanoon.
He takes a seat.
Man
Man
spread.
spread room.
The man spread, yeah. Very well. If you have need of me, you know where to find me.
Of course. Or does his slight bow like he did first meeting Agora, and then looks to Star and Thorn and nods to them.
Noah also nods at Agora, and then he pats Lilith like really hard twice on the shoulder. She also nods.
Oh my god.
Bob
Oh my
up and down real
God.
quick.
Lilith is so good.
Me
All right.
immediately crying.
Oh, same. God. Yeah, so. It's like, well, you two are much more familiar with the land than any of us. Welcome to lead the way into the city, at least.
Star smiles and said, "But of course," and starts walking. And Thor follows very quickly.
Pen waves goodbye to Agora.
Noah looks over at Penn and says, "You got me."
Just by his son Lilith, who's just passed by.
Pen turns Lilith into an owl, wasting their only 4th level spell slot for the day.
Oh no! What? Oh.
Let's do this!
I mean, literally, because otherwise we'd have to leave her behind, and like, we
Yeah.
can't!
I know.
Rough.
She's
This
an
is
important
important.
and valuable member of the party.
This is a great
Yes.
use. I love her.
Oh my god.
And I do want to stress that she's the exact same owl, just an owl and no bear. And it's very good.
Yeah.
Did Agora wave
Um,
back?
Agora gives you all a nod as you like individually wave and bow and whatever.
Reverend doesn't do shit.
Yeah.
Reverend turns around and goes after Star.
Ruslan's coming, right?
Agora turns to Rizlan. Rizlan does start like following you, and then Agora turns to Rizlan before he leaves and says, "And Rizlan, change your ugly face. I swear to God, do not bring that one back." And Rizlan,
As I said, Maris
Reverend
like looks
snorts
behind.
really loud.
Rizlan just sort of like his like smirky smile he's had kind of falters for a second. He goes, "Of course," and quickly puts the mask back on.
Reverend is trying so hard not to fucking laugh.
Even just like hearing the echo, like Merritt looks behind, even though he probably can't see Rizlan beyond the like, group of people now. And it's just like, all right, sure. So we're snickering also with reverence.
Reverend just she's like gone into a coughing fit because she's trying not to laugh.
Merritt just pats her shoulder, just like, yeah, okay. What was it you were saying earlier?
No, it's so
Anyway.
fucking funny.
Oh God.
All right,
So
yeah.
we proceed.
You all leave the Dragon's Eye. Hold on a fucking minute. Snoop?
And aside, I did make a list, a slight list. Don't Die is on it, but
Of course.
On it was cry about Owlith, and I'm like, I can just check that off because she's very tiny.
Tiny and lovable. Check.
Yep, confirm. Now it's just a bunch of question marks and don't die. I didn't even try to find Dad Brightwood. I was just like, question marks? Don't die.
Do something, maybe.
Get something done, I guess. Fuck.
Fuck.
just this.
Fuck, man. Just do something.
Well, no, it's just the corner.
Fuck.
It's just really funny to me, just looking down in that corner and fuck, what's crossed out.
So yeah, you all emerge from the house, the dusty house again, and as you all leave, the door locks behind you, and Star turns to all of you and sort of claps her hands together and gives you a smile and says, "Right, so tell me, what all do you know about the city?"
Vermin's holds up a big fat 0.
Noah shrugs.
Little else except the way we came in, which was from Vecroy? Yes. Via the train? What did we even call it?
It's
Okay.
a cable car, I guess.
Cable car.
Do
Okay.
we know that?
I'm saying that's the name.
Okay.
Yeah, like
the big
came
scary
via
thing that made me
that.
barf.
It's the big scary thing that goes very fast, and I'm afraid of.
the thing that goes neon. Going towards Thorntail, did we see the tree? I feel like we did, but I'm not.
I mean, you haven't been through the middle of it. Like, you haven't
Okay.
gone up to the tree, but you can basically vaguely see it at all times in this city. It's raised up.
Okay. Because where it's like the way we came in, and that there's still a tree within the center of this city, like there was in Vecroy, and that's approximately it. I assume this place also has the lights, the not fire lights. That one.
The
But
suns.
that's it. The tiny sun.
The sun?
In the glass. Pen tries. No, Pen uses minor illusion to show a light because they don't have to mime things out. Because they're a
like,
fucking
just like-
gnome wizard thing. They got magics.
They got the magic.
Oh! Electricity!
That one.
Reverend blinks.
Pen also blinks.
The
What?
lights. The sunlights in the glass.
Yeah.
Those things.
We're all so very much from Tenu. Sorry. We don't know the proper name.
It's fine. It's delightful. I've never been off continent myself. I'm excited. I'd love to hear about Tenem. But we should get moving. Is there
Can
anything
hear about it on the way.
Yes.
More trees.
What?
More trees.
More trees.
Lots more.
In Tenum.
Yes.
Trees, grassland, torchlight only. And
No small suns in glass.
It sounds wonderful.
we can talk about more in detail, but first, where shall we go?
Well, would you like a bit of a tour around the city?
Yes.
Yes. yes. Yes.
Okay.
Reverend's inside. I love you.
Life goals or wife goals?
Fun cannot answer at this time. Try again later.
So yeah, you all sort of exit from the sort of decrepit, abandoned area that the Hordale was located in, and back onto sort of more populated streets, and manage to catch one of the carts that takes people around. And yeah,
We all, or at least two of us, very rarely go and get on. Three, actually. I think Noah had a sort of bad time too.
No barfed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one had as bad a time as Reverence, but it was not
Y'all
fun.
sure did not.
Quick tiefling question. Is
Mhm.
blue a normal color?
It's pretty normal. Like,
And
it's
do
not...
they glow?
The glowing is abnormal.
Okay.
You have not seen a tiefling that glows.
Okay. But blue
Um,
happens.
Blue happens. I will say it's like it's probably rarer, like how Reverence's light skin is rarer, but it's not like unheard of.
Got it.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, this is strange. It's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Usually red and purple, sometimes blue, sometimes reverence.
Sometimes reverence.
Sometimes just white as hell. Like literally just a sheet.
Hey, Star,
I
how
mean,
come
it's
your
not
mom
just
lets you have
that. She like
2 sets of
she
pants?
transitions.
Oh, this is true.
She's got a sick ombre.
That's not how you pronounce that one,
She's
but
been tie-dyed.
She's side-eyed.
the devils just went, let's make this one just sort of dump.
Just gonna dunk this one.
Ran out of
Just fucking-
toner.
Dunk that tail in some red paint and call it a day.
Hey, did you finish that one that we sent out? Which one? Oh, shit. Anyway, enough dragging Reverence. She's good. Well, not good, but like, she's great.
Beautiful.
Chaotic neutral.
At least she's pretty.
She is pretty. But yeah, I don't. It was in her picture, but yeah, her like fingers are red and her tail is red and like around the tips of her ears are red.
Hmm.
Extremities.
And then, of course, horns, which are the most obvious.
Yeah.
But not her nose. No Rudolph. Disappointing.
Not a Rudolph situation. But like around
Unless
her
she's
eyes
blushing
is
real
red.
hard. God, okay, anyway. We proceed. Somewhat
Yeah.
reluctantly, because the cart, but we got it.
Yeah, you all clamber into the cart, and Lilith isn't howl for a little bit, but then just kind of turns into a bear about 30 minutes in.
Oh no.
I just like to imagine Pin just sort of like goes up to Noah, is like, soon.
No, Pen doesn't
Passes
say
a note
anything.
soon.
Wait, does Pin say anything?
Nah.
Oh
Pen's
god!
not like that.
Cool.
Pen is just kind of aware, and if she was in a dangerous situation, they would stop it.
Does not think about the
Lilith
time
is
limit.
on Noah's shoulder
Oh god. We're all
in a
dead.
cart with like 7 to 8 people.
We're all dead.
Ooh, for two.
Like 30
No,
seconds
wait.
before Pen will say something.
Oh no!
Actually, when I imagine Noah would be aware that at some point she turns back again, just doesn't
Make an
know the exact
intelligence
time.
roll, Noah.
Okay, cool.
This'll be fine.
Haven't done one of those in like I don't think ever.
Maybe once.
Maybe once.
Maybe you've done like a sidebar of
Oh, nice.
ah.
Ah.
Smart
Alright,
boy.
yeah. You keep track of the time. And,
Well-
with you guesstimate it's been an hour, and you're like, we need to pull over.
Please
Is there
hold while I just sort of jump
this
out and
one
ride.
again, or just like, or is we take like a what are we in again?
You're in a cart, like,
Just like
I
a
guess,
wooden,
like a
regular.
horse-drawn carriage kind of
Yeah, like,
situation,
okay,
but
okay.
cheaper.
Okay, nice.
Then yeah, we need to pull over.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like, hey, pull over, and the driver gives you a look, but pulls over on the side of the street, and you hop out and put Lilith on the ground, who just kind of looks confused for a moment, just sad little bird on the ground.
Double check mark off cry about health.
Before about like you guess the time, so it's it's a little bit early when you put her on the ground, and you're just like, wait here. I'm sorry, we're just gonna have to wait a little bit.
Look,
Sort of
do you
gently
want
shush-
your cart to be crushed immediately in a matter of seconds, or would you rather wait?
Is that a threat?
No,
Just
it's
wait.
not a threat. Just wait. You'll will
No, it's a
understand
reality.
soon enough.
It's a promise.
This is definitely a threat.
Give
I'm
it-
not paid enough for this.
That isn't our problem.
It is, actually. And at this point, Star sort of stands up and it's fine, we'll
No,
pay you extra.
actually,
Fishes
Noah
out
was
the
gonna
point.
say,
I'll
I'll
pay
pay
the
you
extra.
extra, it's fine.
Everyone, I'll pay. You know what? It is actually.
It's just me, like, this whole situation is my fault. We wouldn't be here in the first place. Just put it on everything
Everyone
on
just
my
hands
tab
out
forever.
money.
Just sort of.
You all reach into your pockets and like grab a little bit of gold, and they're immediately shut up and are like, "Yeah, okay, we can wait however we want."
Reverend gives an award-winning smile.
So yeah, you await anxiously for this bird to turn back into a bear, while Penn knowingly swatches.
At some point, Noah like kind of turns to Penn and just kind of gives them a look like.
Oh yeah, I
"So-"
guess I could just. Pen drops concentration on the spell.
Oh my god.
After we've been sitting there for like 5 minutes.
Lilith is like picking at the ground, and then very suddenly turns into a giant bear. And like, it's happened before, but you can tell she's very confused again. And just kind of like looks down at her own feet, like, what has become of me?
Who am I? That happens. Merritt looks back over to the cart, the cart dude, and just like, now aren't you glad? just a little. Still here. It gives like 2 or 3 platinum, whatever.
I am. You're right. Takes the gold money, takes anything you have.
3 platinum.
Noah hops
Yeah.
on
Add that
Lilith.
to their inventory.
There is now a cart person somewhere with 3 platinum from Mary.
God. So yeah.
Yeah, Noah hops on Lilith and he gives her head pats and scratches. He's like, "It's okay, it's okay, you're fine."
She kind of like shakes herself off like a dog,
Yeah.
and then like chirps is happy enough.
Oh,
But yeah, he follows along the cart.
Yeah.
we proceed.
So yeah, you continue through the city. You are heading towards the center. Bloop. And all the while you're going, like, you're still sparsing these crowds. Like I said before in the in last session, they're sort of more organized than they were in Vacavroy. But you know, it's still like crowds of people at various speeds, so it's a little jumbly.
Sorry,
Especially with like
I just imagined the cart with like a blinker. Sorry. Anyway.
yeah. Especially with a large cart and a giant owlbear, it's a little bit treacherous, but you make good time enough. And as you're going through, Star looks on all of you, and Thorn still hasn't said anything, of course. Still sort of sitting away from. He sits next to Star, but doesn't interact with anyone.
Is
And
she his mom?
she does not seem old enough to be, but you don't know.
Seems like his mom.
Or at least caretaker? Eh. Anyway. But yeah. So.
But yeah, as you're traveling, Star sort of looks to all of you and says, "So, please tell me about yourselves. It seems we'll be traveling together for some time."
Just so. Well, as said, I'm Merritt. I'm sort of why we ended up this far out. We're looking for a missing family member of mine. That said, on the human side, I'm only half human. The side I do a bit of magic. I fire bow and arrows sometimes, though I do not have my bow with me at present. That's
interesting.
mostly it.
May
certainly don't-
I inquire on what the other half is?
There's this moment of. That was me at Delta, you son of a bitch.
Pointing a gun at me.
Well, I did point at my screen anyway. But, like, there's, like, a brief pause where Merritt shifts and he just says, Faye. Does not specify any further.
Oh, interesting.
I don't imagine there's, well, beyond the elves, just more than expected. I don't imagine there's much Fae influence beyond that.
We have our highlights, but yes, I don't think there's nearly as much as I've heard there is in Tanum or other places. It's a bit too dead, I think.
Just a bit. Alas. But, yeah, I'm not unfamiliar with the Fae side of things. Over in the north of Tanum is heavily influenced by such, and that is about where I come from.
Fascinating.
That's
Well,
about
how
it.
wonderful.
And now Merritt gets to look at everyone fucking else.
I've overshared today. Anyone else? Yeah, Star also looks to the rest of you.
I'm Nor, and he rubs his sweaty hands together. I play this Zoo.
Oh, you're a musician.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
He shakes his head. He doesn't know what else to say. He's looking at everyone else like, please.
I fucked up.
Notices these interactions going on, and he shouts out from just,
Oh god.
"Hi, I'm Noah. I'm this cool fool that everybody loves and hates at the same time."
Reverend holds up a hand and says, "Don't listen to him. He's not part of us."
No.
Hello,
No.
Noah!
Oh, I love her.
Noah goes scaly and flies over to the cart.
Oh my god.
Oh shit!
And he does that sometimes.
He's a
yes.
dragon.
Oh! You did leave that one out.
He flies over and he perches up on the side like a fucking bird.
The whole cart creaks and like kind of lifts up a little bit and everyone kind of
Noah.
scrambles. And the driver goes, "What the fuck are you doing back there?"
As soon as it like starts falling over, he falls into the cart.
Again, it creaks
Wait.
angrily.
He looks up at Star and he goes, "Hi."
Reverend's just, Noah, can you please get it together?
Come on, Reverence. Do you know me to ever have
Unfortunately.
my shit together?
Unfortunately, I do know you.
Yeah. Anyways, hello, Star. Nice to meet you. Anyways, he's also still on the bottom of the fucking cart looking up.
He just lives on the floor now.
No, it just lives on the floor now.
Hello, this is... Are you... a dragon?
Technically half, but yes.
Silver.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I mean, interesting.
He just has a shit-eating grin.
A bit much to take in, I won't lie.
It's okay,
Yeah.
you're not the first.
Thorn is just like staring at you, Noah.
He kind of he he notices that a Thorn just kind of staring at him. He kind of like does the head like nod up, like "What's up?"
Sad, dude.
Just doesn't say anything. Just like "Saw, dude."
Thorn does not react.
A little fucking ball of sunshine, huh?
Do you say that?
No, that was Siren.
Noah gets up like a normal fucking fuck boy and sits down.
Yeah.
We've been told before we keep interesting company, and that's not the last of it.
You certainly do. I can't say I'm not used to it, but this is of the more interesting that I've had in a while.
Daw, you flatter me. Of course, we all are quite an odd bunch. Looks over to the rest of you.
Ons left is Pin and Reverence. Yeah, up next.
I'm Pen. Hello.
Hi. Shakes her hand.
Pen enthusiastically shakes her hand back.
Are you also from Tandem?
That is where we last were.
I see.
Reverence is just like looking at
Oh,
Pen,
Pen.
like, uh-huh.
We're here with Merit.
Pen.
Very well.
Pin has skill in in the magic of nature and some amount of transforming. They can be seen as, I believe the last time I'd seen was what? Panther? Is what they transformed into.
Pen nods.
Star nods.
Cool.
And then all the gazes fall upon Reverence.
She's just like lounging. Oh, is it my turn?
Yes.
Oh, wait, the camera turned on by itself.
Yes, hello, I'm Reverence. I am a cleric. I like God and money.
I love God and Jesus.
I'd like to thank God and Jesus for bringing me here today.
Whoever they are, because they're not here in this universe.
No, she likes God and money.
Hold on a fucking second.
Hmm?
It just occurred to me, did I fucking write down what god she does?
Oh my god.
Hold on.
Delta!
I wrote down something. What's wrong with me? Hold up. Hold the fuck on. I have to do a Google.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god!
Oh my god.
Delta.
Expert campaign running.
I'm good. I'm good. I did write it down. I'm just a dumbass. All right. Okay.
I heard that echo gently somewhere and it was very good. God, okay.
She gives you a grin and shakes your hand pretty enthusiastically and says, "Oh, I myself am a holy woman."
Important distinction. Which hand does she shake?
Ha! Yeah.
I got you.
I mean, it just depends on which hand she sticks out.
That's
All right.
Sure.
Yeah, it's not the fun hand.
It's not the god hand.
It's not the God hand. It's not the hand of God.
There we go. We found it. Anyway,
It's not the Jesus
Is
hand.
that so?
Yes.
Reverend doesn't know how to talk to other holy people.
of whom?
That's what I was. Might I inquire, whom do you serve?
I serve the Silver Flame.
Reverend tries to pretend that means something to her.
Roll a religion check.
Oh shit, that's right. I can check things.
It's just sort of shifting slowly for. Oh,
I'm so
Oh,
proficient in
nice.
this.
You did it.
You're good at religion.
Reverend likes God.
Yeah.
Maybe I forget this sometimes.
You've
but-
heard about the Silver Flame, the Church of the Silver Flame. It's a good one.
Is
Yeah,
it?
lawful good.
It's lawful
Look,
good,
I'm-
yeah.
I'm looking it up
Oh.
right
You've
now.
cheated now. You've gone to the cheat book that is Google.
Well, I'm not gonna say anything to Noah because he don't know about shit for
Mhm.
shit. I just want to know.
It's one of the more, I suppose, lawful ones.
Mm-hmm.
Reverence immediately sweats, being the, isn't it like madness and gamblers?
It's bad luck and madness. So
Yeah.
and gamblers generally are
Yeah.
the people who
Fear that god.
I mean,
Yeah.
primarily it banishes evil from the world. So like you're not in trouble.
No,
It's just you're.
just a. It's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, you shake hands. She gives you a smile. She tells you you're God. You now have to exchange Pokemon.
I don't have any.
You have a God.
Oh, is that my Pokemon?
Yeah.
Cheesy
Arceus.
relishes.
You choose your relishes. Reverend smiles back at her and says, "Oh, lovely."
Hey, reverence kind of falls under the greed category though.
Well, no shit.
She literally introduced herself as liking God and money.
Yeah.
It's well established. Anyway.
I mean, you should note that she does work for an underground association.
Yeah,
Money.
I think Reverence is probably mostly good.
Yeah, she's good.
You're fine. We're just having fun with this god versus god. Anyway.
Yeah, you don't mention your God.
No, she doesn't ask.
She doesn't. She just gives you a knowing smile and lets go of your hand.
I don't like that. What does that mean? What does she know?
You don't know. You don't know. That's
I don't
the
know.
point.
She knows, you don't.
Reverence is uncomfortable. But still, like, looking at this, she's it's really just, oh, sparkles. Sparkle eyes.
Yeah, Star turns back to the group as a whole and gives you all another smile and says, "Well, you all seem just like lovely people. I'm sure we'll get along. Please do excuse Thorn. He's not much of a talker."
Looks like I've been curious for one so younger looking to be a part of such a guild. Merritt says when he looks like early 20s still. Mid 20s.
Yes, he is 14.
How in the... Well, that's not exactly my business.
I will say, please don't let his age or size diminish from his value in the team. He is deadly in a battlefield, to say the least.
That doesn't exactly surprise me. And Merritt sort of does like a claw motion because the gauntlets.
She kind of like laughed a little at the motion.
And anyway, I trust Ugora's judgment on who to send, I suppose, alongside us. So,
Yes, and I mean, regardless of his age, look at him. He looks like he's kicked quite a few asses in his time. So,
Reverence is deeply worried about this young man.
I think we all low-key are. We just don't know how
yeah,
to
we're just
say,
not going to say
hey,
anything.
we just met you like an hour ago. Are you okay,
Are
child?
you okay?
You okay, kid? Like,
Do you need some help? Where's your mom?
do you need a mom? I can be your mom if you want. Please let me take care of you. Let me give you a loving home. I'm so worried about him.
Yes, though, he's, well, do you know, I don't believe you do, but do you know the primary focus of our branch of the guild here?
No.
Not exactly.
Nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
Well, I should say, dragon slaying.
Pen looks at
Oh.
Noah.
Oh, snap.
Almost glanced.
Noah just like
Merritt does actually
gets
glance
this
at.
massive smile, and he goes, "Uh-huh."
I don't mean, any offense to you, of course.
No, it's fine.
I'm not sure of your situation, and she just kind of waves in your...
I've slain a dragon or two myself. It's fine. I'm assuming you mean slay the bad ones.
Yes. The desert surrounding, or I suppose encompassing, Sekko is very inhabited with the creatures, and occasionally they like to get too close for comfort.
Ah, that sounds very interesting, actually.
It draws in an interesting bunch, we are.
Very powerful bunch indeed, but no offense necessarily taken, but I'm rather fine with Tenum's scale of petty jobs in comparison.
No, I'm sure it's... I mean, we do take, occasionally, from time to time, lesser jobs, but, the way these cities tend to be run, it's less common.
That's fair. Still, while I enjoy the adventure, I'm not exactly a fighter, so.
Well, I might have to take another trip here sometime.
She sort of chuckles and nods and says, "Yes, as I said, we all have different jobs. I myself am not particularly fond of slaying, but I have my uses."
Hopefully among which is helping find lost souls, apparently.
Yes, I think you will find I'm quite useful. I hope.
Even still, if there's nothing quite found, just making sure he cannot be found here is better than nothing.
Of course, and if I'm going to be honest with you, I could even most likely help in other places off the continent. My reach is far.
Hmm. Tempting thought.
God connections.
A tempting thought, but let's see where all this leads first.
Of course, of course. I don't mean to be jumping any guns.
No, but I do appreciate the offer. As
I guess
you
she
can
doesn't
clearly
say
tell.
jumping
Yeah, I was
guns, because
wondering.
guns
Well, yeah.
don't
Jumping any
the conclusion.
crossbows.
jumping any arrows.
The point gets across. There's a reason we're not like really strict about language, and this is it.
Sometimes there's an idiom. That's not the right word, I don't think, but you know what I mean.
Jumping
Yeah.
the gap.
Jumping the gap.
I
That
don't want me to
works.
be jumping the gap.
But yeah, it continues. Is like I appreciate the offer, especially since well, you can tell how sort of lost we are with my search.
It's fine. You don't seem to know much about our continent.
All the same. So, this being a proper tour, could talk more about the city itself and give a little more information on Tenum since you seem so curious.
Yes, of course. My apologies. I've gotten wrapped up in the introductions. The city, this one itself is quite, I think you've probably noticed in contrast to Vekari. Organized?
Quite a bit, yes.
It's a bit tighter. The richer folk, should I say, tend to live in the center of the city, so it's grown to be more of a higher class type of place, with the outer scouts sort of floundering because of it, but it's nice in certain parts.
It's fair. I think. What was it? Minalta was set up a little bit of the same way, though not quite. There was the castle set up in the middle. Well, at least until it was sort of attacked. Is that the word?
Annihilated.
That may be
Destroyed.
more accurate.
Felled.
Minalta was the capital? Was what now?
Yes.
A worm ate it.
It was very large.
What?
A literal fucking
were there.
worm
Giant
ate
worm.
the city.
Encrusted
A
with
big one.
crystals. Took out both of the cities, yes. Manalta and maybe Sonaris? There were earthquakes happening, and it was probably because of that creature, and we were there when much of the city had been destroyed.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know what remains.
We got to run from a very large worm.
It was a shit show.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Not
That
a fan of
sounds-
big worms.
Sounds terrifying. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you are alive.
You're sweet.
I mean, it was an experience.
It was something, and as far as
Looking
I
back
know,
on it, it was quite the rush, but probably wouldn't do it again.
I don't know about that, but it
3 out of
it
10.
was not what I expected.
Would not go to this restaurant again.
Bad service.
That's-
The waiter was rude. He
The
tried
waiter
to
was
eat
worm and he
us.
tried to
He
eat-
tried to eat us.
What is the opposite of the point of a restaurant?
I guess.
It depends on who is the,
The waiter
customer
tried to
is
eat
the
our
problem.
food and us.
Well, here's the thing: who was the customer? Huh? Huh? Huh?
Uh,
It
possessed.
Oh.
No, it was the worm.
The worm was a customer, and he
The
was
worm
eating
was a
what you were
paying
serving.
customer.
He
You can't kick
paid-
him out.
Where's my money?
Well, the problem is we were kind of the snack.
He paid in worm bucks. You just don't understand his currency.
I
But
guess.
we have to get off this.
That was how you would have solved my puzzle if you had learned about the worm economy through the slugs. You just didn't want to talk enough to them.
I wanted to talk
We
to
didn't
like,
have the time in the night to talk to that worm. God.
I wanted
Yeah,
to,
we
but
did.
nobody else did, I guess. The person who was able did not want to humor any of his good friends.
We need to get off this train. Where were we in character? I can't remember.
We're talking about the falling of Minalta.
Yeah. Yeah.
Star says, I had heard something had happened to the capital, but I didn't a giant worm. I
Big
didn't know
worm.
that.
Very
Sorry.
large.
We have some desert worms here. I don't know if they're anything like what you're talking about, but they're pretty large.
How big are,
Are they
the big
purple and
pillars?
covered in crystals?
They're not purple. No.
Different worms, then, it would seem.
They're more of a sandy
Also,
brown.
wait. Question: the slugs and stuff underground were also like getting extremely big, right?
They
Like,
was
all the
big.
stuff.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
were.
Okay,
There was shit
no,
that we
no,
didn't get to figure out.
I think there was something up with maybe the underground or something going on there that was making everything very.
If
he
I
spreads his arms
remember,
out. Big.
considering what else we encountered, something to do with the magic that just sort of resonated under the land. Merit,
The big slugs were much nicer.
Merit, remembering how we met Vesper. Anyway. Yeah, we encountered some very large slugs as well, because we were trying to investigate what happened to the sister city, and found out just a bit too late with the giant worm sort of springing about in the middle of Minalta. It was not great.
Sounds very unpleasant, but interesting?
Definitely not something I expected when I left home, no. All the same.
Oh, I would imagine not. Interesting. Giant worms. As maybe I'll tell Agora about that.
I don't know.
They went kind of robot-y at the end.
I didn't hear anything
good
after.
care.
I don't know.
Huh?
Okay, my connection died for a moment
Yeah.
there.
Oh, worm.
No worm.
Oh
Yeah.
god. Merit said, I don't know the effect of losing Minalta on the rest though.
Hmm.
Like,
No,
the rest of
kinda- Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Noah kind of scratches his chin like he's thinking and goes,
God forbid.
I wonder if the news got out that all that was literally ate by a worm, or if Minalta just kind of like disappeared off the map as far as anyone else is concerned.
Well, there's been, we are aware that Minalta has been out of commission.
Exactly, but does
Not-
everybody else know about the worm?
No, I don't believe the worm part has been really passed around.
Huh.
I'm a bit worried about what happened to the worm.
Have you returned at all?
No.
No.
No, we went straight back.
I mean, I understand if it's that large, but Anyway, that is very exciting tale. Very strange.
We're full of them.
Full of
That
something.
happens. What? Not wrong. But yes. I've had several few strange tales beyond
Also,
Tanumi. Hmm?
also, what? Weren't we carrying some kind of cargo there that was very important?
We were carrying a criminal back to the dungeons there, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I don't
maybe he got
particularly. I
eaten.
hope he died.
I do too. That's probably fine.
And this was work for the Horntail?
Yes.
no one
Yes.
knows.
It's how we met. Reverence points at Rizlan. Them.
It's how you met Rizlan.
And Margray and
And the rest of them as well.
Oh. Well,
Pe-
it sounds as if your side of the Horntail is perhaps just as exciting as ours.
perhaps our day-to-day work was more focused just in Marnshaw, so not necessarily fighting dragons either to that extent.
Well, we don't fight a dragon every day.
Fair enough. So, like, are we... I want to know if Merritt hears the song of his people. I've been thinking about it off and on. I mean, it's raised up, so probably not, but...
Yeah, you start getting into the center of the city. And like Star kind of said, it is nicer here. Like, it's very clean, very pristine. Everything is in its place, and like it looks nice. And you are approaching the tree that is again right risen up above the central cable car system. Excuse me as I burp. And yeah, Merritt, you do hear it singing.
Merritt shows up more as he hears it. Vaguely hums.
Mhm.
Like, yes. Tree. A friend. Yeah, so. Watches the say goodbye.
Star sort of looks up as you all begin approaching the tree and says, "Have you heard anything about our trees?"
Not specifically, no.
They are the only real source of. Oh,
Oh.
who
Huh?
dropped?
Whomst. Jess.
Jess,
I
Dead.
miss them.
come back. Hello,
Oh,
I miss you.
Hello?
hello.
hi.
Hello.
I died.
Oh no.
You sure
So
did.
we saw.
I died for like 3 minutes, I think.
Oh, no.
I was just waiting.
No.
Yeah, it's alright.
We're talking about trees.
Yeah, we got closer to the city and...
Oh yeah, I
got-
missed the whole thing. I didn't hear that at all.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We proceed closer to the tree. Barrett hears the song of his people. And Start was doing a thing?
Yeah, Star was gonna talk about the trees. Star asked, and any of you heard about them? And I think Merritt said no.
Mm-hmm.
And Star says, they're actually sort of a conduit for the power sources here.
Now hold on.
Conduit
This
for...
is not how electricity works.
It is magic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because it's just a conduit for the magic. Just
Yes.
entirely.
In place of the direct sunlight, the the power we get from the sun on top of the ceilings of the domes is filtered through the tree itself, and in return it sort of flourishes of its own, and we get the remnants.
That's just sort of vaguely smiling.
Yes, this has been mostly we use this method to, cultivate our own crops in this sort of manner, but each city has a central tree.
And you said you don't have as much a problem with Fae.
I wouldn't say they're a problem. I simply said we don't have as many around.
I just the ways I know of the dryads happening is often with a great amount of magic. So a curious thing for it to just sort of be built up and used elsewhere.
To my knowledge, the trees are not dryads, and if they are, they don't seem to be too upset about their situations, I hope.
Well, they're at least well taken care of, and not all, but most can be shy. May never know otherwise.
Perhaps.
Merritt will remember this. Anyway,
Merritt gotta sneak out later now.
I mean, he already did
Make
that.
sure my mom's not in here.
I mean, she wouldn't, but also,
Cousin?
maybe.
Distant uncle.
Fucking no. There we go. That might be one. Oh my god. Merritt had already just stuck out to just be like, I need to chill in this park. And then the tree said goodbye, but it wasn't like a dryad, it was just kind of the tree as far as Merritt goes. Just sort of lyrically singing, goodbye! Anyway, so yeah.
Yeah.
Merritt just so intensely watches is like, yes, I'm proud of you, my friend.
That's right. Invade another country.
Hell
We'll be
yeah.
everywhere.
No, it's like, hell yeah. Provide life. You are the only source. You are the god. I was gonna
You
say,
could kill everyone. Their lives depend upon you.
the debt you have a mountain.
God, Merritt, you freak.
Merritt's not gonna stage an uprising. He's just
But he could.
he could, and that's a problem. Anyway,
So yeah, you all begin approaching this tree, and you actually get out of the cart like around the base of where this is risen up, and there are several stairways going upwards towards the tree, and Star leads you up. And there's enough room for Lilith and everyone to come on. Hello, Mike.
you just had to speak for a moment. Anyway,
And you all head up towards this lifted tree, and as you get towards the level that the tree is like flat with, it all opens up into this raised platform, and it's like a small park, I guess. Again, like it's very well maintained, and everything is like very vibrantly alive here. There is, instead of like crops growing around this tree, however, it's just like green grass and like some bushes and flowers, and like it's just a very well maintained park area kind of, and there's a couple benches and like railing around the sides so like no one just jumps right off, but yeah, the central
I'm sorry.
this bitch empty. Yeet.
Yeet.
Anyway,
The biggest focus is, of course, the giant tree that's just sort of planted in the middle of this square. And yeah, Merritt, of course, you hear it singing, and like everything else seems to be low key, like humming along, but the tree is singing the loudest.
Well, yeah, it's the biggest boy.
Yeah, the big boy.
Yeah.
Does he know I love him?
The tree?
Yeah.
Yes.
You'll have to ask.
You have to ask through Merritt. I think only Pin still knows that Merritt speaks to plants, though. Like animals, we all know, but like, he's never mentioned. Then Pin asked, I think. I don't know. God. But yeah. Mhm.
So yeah, and you all kind of climb up here and look around, and you are at the highest point in this city, like easily. Like you look around and you can see all of the corners. It's a round city.
Yeah. Corners,
Um,
quotation marks.
Yeah, corners of the layout, and like it's at this point beginning to become evening, and you can see the lights slowly beginning to turn on, and like the street lamps that light up all the people moving around still, and it's nice.
So, we see out through the city. What are these? Just sort
What?
of.
They're
Just
the same
bricks?
thing in the last city where they're like
Okay.
supports around the main
Okay.
walls.
For a brief moment, I could not remember, and then I remembered. Ah, yes, dome.
Yeah. It is a dome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same thing with these circles. They're columns.
Mhm. I remembered that, but for some reason I didn't remember this.
That's fine.
Anyway. But yeah, like Merritt like sort of walks, sort of seeing Lake Canada of the city, but then it just sort of sits down. And by this point, he's like humming along of his own accord, or not even really thinking about it.
Mhm.
Sort of briefly forgetting. Ah, yes, not everyone can hear this very happy humming friend. Okay.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Stay. Yeah. Merritt just enjoys being up there for a little bit.
Yeah. And you're not like alone up here either. Like there are like families like just kind of
Aw.
enjoying the fresh air and like the nice elevation in place.
And there's us. The family can just be a bunch of weirdos, and then two guests.
Family can be a bunch of weirdos, and they're Big Bear
And to your new friends.
and two new friends.
Oh my
It can. And it is.
I'm glad that we don't specify Rizlan. He is also just family.
I mean, yeah, at this point.
Yeah, by this point.
By this point, he's just family.
I mean, Reverence is dating him, so.
Yeah.
He's
And-
I
marrying
mean, he's
into
like
the
always
family.
here. He's
Now
always
we're
around.
not there yet, but
Yet.
Yeah.
Merritt will cry at that wedding.
yet. It's gonna be a little while.
They've been dating for like a month, maybe?
If that.
It's definitely probably less. So like
Well, officially.
It's officially.
you can't count that stuff before as dating. That's not how dating works.
That's how two idiots who like each other just fucking
Fumble.
suck at everything works.
God. In any case, so yeah. We chill there for a moment, if only because Merritt just sits and, well, does not move.
Yeah.
He's sort of smiling more now. He's like, yes, I'm not home, but close.
This is as close as it gets. Yeah. You all have a moment and relax, and it's nice. And Stella, what?
And Stella's here.
Stella appears.
What's up? Our mom.
Star. Well, which kind of means it's the same
I mean,
thing.
they have the same name, kind of.
You've done this to yourself.
I sure fucking have. Jesus.
And they're both very beautiful, and
Tieflings.
I care for them
Tieflings.
deeply, so.
God. Anyway, Star.
I played myself here. Um, Star just kind of sits down and enjoys the view, and Thorn sits too. And after a while of Thorn sitting, I'll imagine he doesn't really do anything until you all get up ready to leave again. Um, where he gets up, the grass is like slightly charred.
Oh. Alright. Cool. Merritt notices this and subtly stays away.
Not
Fire,
into this
no.
fire, boy. Fire
I
is
mean-
scary. Thomas Edison is a witch.
I mean, Robert sees it and it's just kind of like, are you?
Mood.
Is he okay? I would ask him, but I don't think he'll answer me. Star, is he okay?
Thorn?
Yes.
Yes, he's fine.
Okay, he did burn the ground a little bit there.
He's like that.
Okay. I guess I understand. I can be like that as well, but usually not like ambiently.
It's
It's
a bit.
usually a choice.
It's a bit. He has troubles controlling himself sometimes.
Understandable.
Have a nice day.
He glows.
He does.
That's
And it's
kinda
still like
crazy.
it's still like he's straight up glowing in the sort of dark now that's evening.
Yeah,
Sort
now
of,
that it's
'cause
evening,
electricity.
it's like being around like the embers of a fire.
Oh.
Like he doesn't. Being close to him doesn't feel like physically hot, but he has a glow.
Okay.
Like
He
again,
is
I
his own
do that
nightlight.
sometimes.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
Jess.
no, no.
Yes.
Sorry, Jess.
The struggle is so real.
Oh. So sorry.
I'm so angry.
Thorn subtly burns the grass
Reverence is like, what the fuck?
and control issues, apparently. And he's his own nightlight. Legit. God. So sorry, Jess.
It's okay.
What were you asking, Siren?
Reverence is just like, I mean, I glow sometimes too, but again, it's kind of a choice and not just an ambient. I'm worried about him. I don't know why. I'm sure he's fine, but I'm very concerned.
Well, I was going to say he would appreciate the worry, but I'm not sure he would.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah,
seems like
Um,
that kind of.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm. I do.
We've all been that 14, 15-year-old. Anyway. Just not as viscerally. Anyway.
It fluctuates generally with his temperament, but sometimes just ambiently.
Mm-hmm.
He is fine, really. I can't explain it.
Understandable. This is fine.
It is. He is not in harm.
Okay. Good. I'm glad to hear that.
I'm glad you are worried for him. Not many people are.
Yes, well, I'm not usually worried for people, so I don't really know what's happening, and I don't love it, but here we are.
Well, you. Thanks, I suppose?
Mm. Mm.
Mm. Alright.
That's it. Reverence is done.
And Reverence walks away.
I mean,
I don't know if
yeah.
you meant that hum as reverence or not, but I just like to imagine she did that, just sort of looking off in the distance and being like, "Who am I?"
I mean,
And
it's a
she
little
just
bit kind of that. Yeah, she just kind of looks, and then as she's she turns and goes away. 'Cause
Understandable.
that's the kind of person she is.
Have a nice day.
God.
So, yeah, you descend from tree platform. And,
Everyone sort of does that where it just sort of goes bye, but then quickly goes.
the
I
tree
turn
hums.
to the tree. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Put this boy back in the forest, please. Take him home.
And, you all descend and, decide, probably eat a dinner somewhere,
Munch.
do a munch, find some rooms. Yeah. It's a good time.
I meant to ask, but then we all got very concerned about Thorn. Was there anything like really striking that we saw? Maybe not around the whole city, but around the section of the city that we could see.
For the most part, no. I would say that you do notice, like you can see it on this map, but as you were above, you can notice that the outside circle is symmetrical. And, it's like very noticeable from the air. But yeah, there's not really any buildings that are like, look at me here! Like, for the most part, they all seem to be, similar.
Okay. No, like golden spire or some shit sticking out. Just
Yeah.
sort of buildings. Okay. Just didn't know if I had to ask like, oh, what's that? Anyway.
Hey, what the fuck is that thing right there? No, I would have told you.
Okay. Cool. We proceed.
Yeah, and we all find a room, separate your ways,
Time to nap, bitches.
take a fucking sleep, and we're gonna leave it there because it's
Oh, thank
almost
God.
3.
No shit.
Yeah, it's
hoping you were
almost
gonna
2.
say that. I love playing this video game, but I'm so fucking tired. It's not a video
Yeah.
game.
It sure is almost 2 o'clock for the majority. Well, kind of the majority of us.
Kind of.
I don't
Kind of.
stay up this
Half?
late
Half.
anymore.
Half.
Half, yeah. And even
I
later
never
for
stay
2.
up this late anymore.
Yeah.
Drink some fucking
Week.
sodas.
Oh, yeah, Jack.
I don't have any.
I'm such a tired Waka Chaka.
It's a big mood.
A sleepy boy.
A sleepy chaka.
Sleep Chaka.
Sleep Chaka.
Sleep Chaka.
My fucking secret move.
God, I'm so glad he's gone.
Thank
And I
you.
can't wait for the next one.
Oh my god.
I mean, he's always been here.
Oh, thank
she's
you.
So fucking beautiful.
There they are.
There they are.
God, she's so pretty.
She's really pretty.
I like her
Oh,
nose.
Oh my god.
Gay.
The truth come out.
That I'm gay?
Does Siren is
Siren.
gay?
This is no secret. I say this daily, multiple times.
42. I'm concerned.
I know I want to. I'm worried about the child.
Yeah.
Reverence is really. She doesn't. Turns out Reverence does experience empathy.
In a surprising turn of events.
And had a bad childhood. And doesn't like seeing a child who has clearly been through some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, Noah, like, he didn't express it, but he's extremely concerned for this boy.
We're all just like, is
Yeah.
he okay?
Is he okay?
Does
Go
he
to the
need a
night.
hug? If I hug him, will he kill me?
Yes.
I'm really worried about him.
To
and
which
so-
answer?
Both?
That's
all?
oh god.
Anyway,
It's
Reverence...
Concerned, but also a little scared. Well, not scared per se, but like sort of like, kid, you got it. You've had it rough, but you got it. Just
Reverence is just really worried. Like, what happened to you?
I should
Also,
know.
oh, sorry, what were you gonna say?
Stars 5'5".
oh, so then same height.
And Thorn is 5'9".
Oh fuck.
Oh,
I mean, fair enough. But, oh no.
I mean, that sounds like 14-year-old boy to me.
Yeah. It's just really, it continues to be funny to me that Merritt is so fucking. And he's still taller than my ass. God.
Also,
mm.
Noah. Noah kind of has the hots for Star. He just
I mean, you didn't have to say that. We all knew.
yeah, I figured, but I had to put it out there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, everyone is pretty much like, she's very pretty.
very
So
pretty.
it's a
and also
relatable
really
thing.
nice and lovable.
Yeah.
Her horns are so big.
They are.
Reverence is gonna. There's gonna be
Discussion.
Reverence is gonna do that thing where she just goes, "Hey,
Hey,
what the fuck is up with this?"
I mean, she sure does have like 2 sets.
She's
Kind
got
of 3.
3.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
got these little guys.
She's
God.
beautiful.
And her ears are not, they're all
They're
folded, it
big
looks
and
like.
floppy. I can't do it.
She also has little freckles. It's very good.
I know.
it's too much.
Reverence thinks she's gorgeous and is just really like, oh my god, you are. I don't know how to feel, but it's all positive. But it's me. I'm just like, I would marry you in a heartbeat. Please.
You
So
just
beautiful.
go out and get
My
the ring
gay
now.
can't take it.
I like this little above.
I hope he's okay.
I hope he's okay.